I do with my father and Mary.
What? Well, hold the line just a second, Henry. Mother.
Yes?
Could we ask Mr. Aldrich and Mary, too?
Well, as a matter of fact, I think we should have them.
Hello, Henry.
Well?
Mother says to bring the whole family.
Oh, Kathleen, I don't think you should go to all that trouble.
No, really, Henry. Mother'd be very much offended if you didn't.
Well, they're waiting at the department store for me, I think. If you don't hear from me, you'll know we're coming.
All right. Do you understand about the time, Henry?
Oh, sure, 7 o'clock. Goodbye, Kathleen.
Mother, what time is it?
It's exactly 20 minutes past 6.
Did that man say how long it would be before Henry got back?
No, dear.
And where'd Father go?
Your father went down the street to get the car. That was 35 minutes ago.
Would you like to have me go down and find him?
No, dear, we're not going to break this family up again.
Well, I'm awfully sorry the store closed before I could get your blouse.
That's all right, dear. Just as long as we all finally get back together. Dear, it's starting to rain.
Goodness. Guess it's a good thing we didn't buy any new clothes.
Yes, dear, although please remember, I still have on the best I own.
Mother, step back into this entrance before you're drowned. Well, at least there's one consolation.
Well, I'm glad you can see one.
The restaurant we're going to after the movie serves the swell food.
Oh, look there, Mary. There's your father. Let's run out and get in the car.
Hurry up, Alice.
Open the door, Sam.
Get in, Mother.
Where's Henry?
We don't know, Sam.
Well, get in anyhow.
We can't go off and leave him.
Mother, you're getting all wet.
Sam, why did you suggest something?
Certainly can't park here, Alice.
Mother, why don't you and Father go ahead and I'll stay here?
No, Mary, you get in and I'll stay.
Both of you, get in.
Father, can't you pull up closer to the curb and let that trolley go by?
This is a narrow street, Mary. The only way that trolley can get around me is to go up on the sidewalk.
I'll get in. Come on, Mary.
Close the door.
Yes, Sam. Oh, only what do we do now?
We've got to get out of here. Hey, get moving there.
Something the matter with the car, Sam?
No, not at all.
What is the trouble?
Mary, must you just sit there and ask questions? Cherry filled chocolate, the for Mother's Day. No, I do not want any cherry filled chocolate. Okay.
You better hurry up, Father.
Is that us, Sam?
It is.
Thank heavens we're moving.
Oh, Sam, stop!
Now what's the matter?
Dear Henry.
Where?
Look at that newspaper.
What?
Father! Wait for me!
Stop, Sam.
I can't stop here.
Goodbye, Father! Goodbye, everybody!
Oh, here's a place I can pull in.
Henry!
Wait for me. Wait until I tell you the good news.
There's no time for good news. Get in the car.
Could you move over, Mary? Henry, why didn't you leave that wet newspaper outside? Oh, gee whiz. Wait until I tell you the news. Henry, Aldrich, you're simply soaked to the skin. Mother, this is going to be a swell Mother's Day yet. We've all got an invitation to go to Kathleen's for dinner.
Really, Henry?
Sure. Henry Aldrich, we couldn't have. But, Mother, I just got through talking with Kathleen.
Henry, you're dripping water all over me.
Well, I can't help where it runs, Mary. The only thing I can do is sit still and let it go where it wants. How about it, Mother?
Henry, they couldn't have asked us for tonight.
Mother, Kathleen stood there by the phone and begged us to come tonight.
What do you think, Sam?
Don't leave it up to him, Mother. This is your party. Up to now, you haven't had a good time at all. But this way, you could have a wonderful evening.
What are you going to do with all the money you saved, Henry?
I'm not going to save a cent, Mary. I've got it all figured out. I'm getting Mother a dress with my money.
Well, Sam, pull up someplace and I'll telephone and make sure.
Mother, if you phone her, you'll only be wasting your nickel.
Well, are we or aren't we going?
What do you think, Sam?
It's up to you, Alice.
Mother, they always have awfully good food at the Andersons. Of course they do, dear. I love to go there.
And there you are.
Well, make up your mind, Alice.
Sam, I don't
Look, Mother. How many Mother's Days are there in a year?
One.
Move on there. Yes, officer, we're just making up our minds.
Well, I'd like to telephone.
Are you or aren't you going? I guess, officer, we are.
Hooray, Father, we're going to the Andersons.
And boy, am I hungry.
You're not any hungrier than I am.
the dishes?
Oh, no, thank you. They're all wiped and put away.
Anybody seen the evening paper?
It's in the big chair, Father.
I've been looking forward to just sitting around tonight.
Robert, do you want Kathleen to go up and get your slippers?
Oh, dear, I got them on. Where did I put my necktie?
Over on the lamp.
Oh, yes. I always did like this chair.
Now, Kathleen, I want you to go up and do your homework.
Good never. Daniel Gordon may drop in.
Kathleen, did you hear your mother?
All right, I'll go up.
My goodness. Oh, would you look at the dust on this keyboard? You know, Robert, I'm glad we let that maid go. Robert.
Well?
Look, dear, when the Aldriches come next Saturday, let's have everything just as nice as we know how.
Yep. Do it up brown.
Isn't it nice to have one evening at home?
I see the Dodgers won today.
Did I hear the doorbell ring?
Now, who in the world do you suppose that is?
Well, it's probably Daniel.
Well, I'm not going to answer the door.
Well, I'm going to run upstairs.
Now, listen, Dorothy. Daniel isn't going to notice those curlers. Oh, all right. I'll go to the door.
Why don't you stop then?
Well, now, where's my other slipper?
It's way there underneath your chair.
Oh, come in. The door's unlocked.
Let him in and find your slipper later.
Oh, look at the ashes all over my face here.
Hello there, Mr. Anderson.
Well, hello. Hello, Bob. Hello.
Is this a terrible way for us to drop in?
No, not at all.
Who is it?
The Aldriches.
Oh. Well, why don't you ask them to come in?
They are in.
Hello there, Dorothy. Well, Alice, Sam, everyone.
How do you do, Mrs. Anderson?
Well, you might as well put your things down and let's all go into the living room.
Living room?
My goodness, Alice, I was just going upstairs to take these curlers off. Dorothy, you look lovely.
Well, here we are.
Aren't you glad now, Mother, we didn't go to the movies?
Yes, indeed.
Sit down, everyone. No mind if I do.
Yes. Well,
how's business, Sam?
Oh, pretty good. How's yours?
Fair.
well,
It
may
doesn't.
I ask...
I'm sorry.
Did I interrupt you, Sam?
No. I interrupted you.
Oh, no, you didn't. What were you going to say?
Well, the fact is, I don't remember what I was going to say.
Well, I was going to ask Alice what movie she was going to see. Starved for Love. Oh. Oh, my dear, they tell me that's the most beautiful picture.
Is that right?
Yes.
Mrs. Anderson, is Kathleen out in the kitchen sort of helping you?
No, she's upstairs studying.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Have a cigar, Sam?
Oh, no. No, thank you. Not just before...
No, dear.
It's I, Kathleen.
Oh, is that Henry? I'll be right down.
Robert, would you mind opening the window just an inch or two? You see, we had steak and onions for dinner, and I'm afraid the house will never be the same.
Steak and onions.
Do you like them, Henry?
Oh, boy, do I. Mother's very fond of them, too.
Alice, I want to show you something. This box Kathleen gave me for Mother's Day. Isn't that lovely?
What is it, Mrs. Anderson?
I have no idea, Mary.
Looks like candy to me.
Well, if it is, I should never have promised Kathleen I wouldn't open it till tomorrow.
You did promise her?
Mother, could you come upstairs and help me a minute?
Alice, would you excuse me? Of course.
Well, if you'll pardon me, I'll go out to the kitchen and see whether we have any ginger ale in the icebox.
Oh, Bob, don't bother. We just had dinner.
Father.
Mary, supposing he could hear you.
Well, Henry, so we were invited here for dinner.
Someplace there's been a very serious mistake.
That would be putting it mildly.
Sam, this is the most embarrassing moment I've ever had.
The thing for us to do is to get out of here.
Well, I think we should stay long enough to be polite.
Stay, Mother, as hungry as I am?
You're not any hungrier than the rest of us, Henry.
All I had for lunch was a cup of tea.
And I didn't have anything.
Supposing, Alice, we run on before they discover the mistake we've made.
Well, Father, do you mind if I make a suggestion?
I do. Alice, we'll tell them we're sorry, but we're going to run on to the movies, and as soon as we get away, we'll go get some dinner.
I have sort of an apology to make to you folks, I'm afraid.
Oh, what's the trouble, Bob?
Well, here's the ginger ale, but we don't have any ice.
Now, listen, Bob, I give you my word, not one of us could drink a thing. And besides, we're going to have to run along.
No, what's that you're saying, Sam? Oh, we're sorry, Dorothy. Is it so important you have to leave now? I'm afraid it is, dear.
The fact is, Dorothy, tomorrow being Mother's Day, we told Alice we were coming here, but we're really taking her to the movies.
Oh, well, isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
Bob, why don't you and I get on our things and go along with them, huh?
Good idea.
And we'll make it an evening together.
But Mrs. Anderson, let me explain something.
Henry?
But, Mother...
Henry.
Yes, Mother. Mrs. Anderson, we'd be very glad to have you come along.
Wasn't that the best picture, Alex, you ever saw in all your life? Yes, Dorothy, and it's been the best Mother's Day party I ever had in my life.
Would you like another hamburger, Mother?
No, thank you. 3 is all I could possibly eat.
Father?
Yes, Henry. Just 2 more.
My Henry, this was the smartest idea of yours that we drop into this little hamburger stand.
Thank you, Mrs. Anderson.
I haven't been in one of these places in years. I loved them. Sam and I used to drop in all the time.
Oh, mister, may I have the check, please?
Oh, now, Henry, I'll pay the check. The movies were on you.
But, Mr. Anderson, this whole evening has been on me.
Yes, Henry, it certainly has.
Henry Aldrich will be back in just a moment. Friends, the next time that you want to give a party, there's no need to send out invitations. You just drop the word here and there that you're planning to make some Jell-O pudding whipped. And before you can say come in, you'll have a house full of smiling guests. Yes, this swell new dessert has certainly become a big favorite, and there's every reason why it should. Because Jell-O pudding whip is wonderfully good and downright easy to make. You just take 1 package of Jell-O, any flavor, and 1 package of Jell-O vanilla pudding, and make them up as you usually do. Then chill the Jell-O and whip it as directed on the box. Next, you chill the Jell-O vanilla pudding and add it to the whipped Jell-O, beating constantly until it's blended. Then mold. And there you have a grand, inexpensive treat, serving 10 to 12 people and simply ideal for parties and special occasions. So be sure to try this new and intriguing combination of delicious Jell-O and rich, creamy Jell-O vanilla pudding. Ladies and gentlemen, this week is National Restaurant Week. Now, why not take the occasion to dine out at your favorite restaurant and climax that dinner pleasantly by choosing the most popular dessert on the menu, Jell-O pudding.
Father, do you see this dime bank I have?
I do, Henry.
Well, I'm going to start a savings fund.
Well, I'm delighted to hear you say that. Here. It is your first dime to put in it.
Thank you. You know what I'm going to save toward?
What?
A party on Father's Day.
May I have that dime back, please?
The Aldrich Family, starring as the Stone, is written by Clifford Goldsmith. Original music is composed and conducted by Jack Miller. This is Harry Von Zell speaking and wishing you good night for the puddings that are tops in taste.